Alright, today we're going to talk about types. But first you need to know what variables and constants are. So variables and constants are used to store values and to pass data around in applications. So variables and constants have a data type, and the type describes the nature of the data and provides information to the compiler on how to handle the data. So based on the type of a constant or a variable, the compiler knows how much memory to reserve and will also be able to help with type checking, which is just a Swift feature that helps you prevent you from assigning the wrong kind of data to a variable. So let's get it popping and open up another playground here. Now we're going to name this playground, it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to name it variable. Hit next. Sick. So let's get started. You can delete this guy because, who needs that anyway? And we're going to declare a variable called number of sisters equals. I only have 2, so I'm gonna pop a 2 here. So here I've assigned an instance of the string type to a variable called number of sisters. The assignment operator assigns the value on its right hand side to whatever is on its left hand side. And Swift uses type inference to determine the type of your variable. So you can see that we're not explicitly stating like int number of sisters equals 2, or string number of sisters equals 2. Swift can figure out what type of variable this is, and it knows it's a string because of these quotes. It knows it's a string literal. But let's say I actually have 4 sisters, and I realize that later. So I'm going to go number of sisters, and we're going to do the same thing in the last video where we try to maybe throw on an extra little value here with the plus equals. Plus equals 2. Now, it's getting mad. It's getting mad because we're trying to add a number to a variable that is an instance of a different type. This is obviously a string because we got these double quotes going on, and this is an integer. It's a whole number. What do you even do when you're trying to do plus equals 2? The compiler is probably like, is it 2, 2? Is that how I'd add 2 to a string? Like, nobody really knows. Like, that's weird, so don't do that. But honestly, like, if I was gonna really try to track the number of sisters that I have, I'm not even gonna use a string. I'm gonna use an int. So let's explicitly declare this baby, this little child of ours, as an int, and throw a 2 in there. Now you can see that the error goes away because this is an integer and that is an integer, and that can definitely happen. It's almost like when you find your soulmate, it's just the perfect match. So before we change this code here, the compiler relied on type inference to determine the data type of the variable number of sisters. But now we're explicitly declaring that this variable is indeed an int. This is using Swift's annotation syntax. The colon right here is saying of type. We can read this as declare a variable called number of sisters of type int has the value of 2. And even using this annotation syntax, this doesn't change the fact that if we had what we had before, string 2, that the compiler wouldn't notice that these are still different. It's still going to get mad. Alright, thank you for watching that video. If you have any questions, you can drop a fat PHT comment below in the comment section. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe send me a Snapchat. I don't know how you can fit a question in 10 seconds, but you could probably try. Alright, see you in the next video.